Potentially.
Potentially. All right, our masterful caster here, A-Bomb, tonight in the shadows, giving us the all clear. Teams are immediately joining the pitch. It looks like Phoenix and Octane's here tonight, no Mercs.
Oh, that's a big
As we
disappointment.
kick off for game number 1. And so this is an elite matchup. These boys pushed well into Grand Champ last season. As we know, ranks are a little messed up here as Weep is already going for a double tap off the back wall. Rieg a little fast to that one is why we'll settle it in the middle of the field. Doodle now trying to make a solo play. Wilo thinks it's a pass for him. In the corner safely from Rieg over to Mike, and they make the counter attack. So these boys are, pretty decent at the game. We're expecting some pretty fast play here, and right off the gate, we've already seen quite solid offensive chances. Another one there from Rieg fan, saved by Weep.
Yeah, just some slow build-up so far. Neither team committing everyone to the attack, feeling each other out. They have been waiting for a couple minutes, so I'm sure they want to get a few touches down before they start going for anything too crazy, but nice back and forth here. No real advantage so far.
Yeah, I hypothesized that this might be quite even. So personally, I'm expecting a 2-2. I'd love a couple overtimes here as well, because can never have too much Rocket League. Dooful with a great win on the wall. Over to 2% Mike, who will settle and take it off the wall himself, trying for a solo play as both of his teammates are not there to support him quite yet. Rieg knew he was getting beat to that one. Sets up Noobs in the midfield, but Noobs unable to make contact. Now Rieg off the top crease of the ceiling. Tries to play it one more time to his team, but it turns into a blue counterattack right away. Can we put this one on target? He's stuck by Noobs. Rieg fam in the air now. Wilo beats it underneath of him. 2% Mike with the easy save. 2% Mike now.
Shot on target, though. Things are heating up a little.
Rieg fam almost puts it past Wilo. If he made contact with that ball, he was surely scoring that one. Weep now taking his time, making sure his teammates are set in position. Don't want to get scored on here. 2% Mike with a great flick and a bump on Doodle for the first goal of the game.
That 2% Mike with almost 0% boost, taking it, controlling it, and flicking it over one, and then getting it just quick enough to get past Doodle. Nice job by 2% there.
He is the man to watch out for, is the chat with their copy pastas. They know who the carry on that team is. Regardless of how many goals are being scored by Rieg, it seems like 2% Mike has the fans in the chat tonight.
I guess they're really milking it, huh?
I would say so. 2% Mike now unable to make contact with that in the corner. Doodle almost punishes him for it. Now Wilo off the back wall, can't get separation from the wall, however, so that will not be a pass midfield to his team. Rieg now setting up the counterattack for 2% Mike. Wilo able to settle the ball. Pops it one more time off the back wall. Can Weep come down on it? He can, but it's wide of the net. Wilo now trying to make another push to the corner. Noobs will settle this one away easily, and we've settled down here from that first goal.
Yeah, settled down a little bit. Queen's getting some nice possession, not quite able to turn it into something. Oh, that is a tough pass back to his own backboard, and Mike with the put away. He is all over the field right now.
100% that Wilo did not want to touch that one that way.
Absolutely
As 2%
not.
Mike is there to play janitor, cleanup.
Utterly ridiculous.
2-0 with 2 minutes and 7 seconds left. The Knights, technically, the stronger ones on paper, and they're proving it here already in game number 1.
Yeah, exactly. Good teams take advantage of mistakes like that. And, in Elite, like you mentioned, 2K, these guys pushed into Grand Champ a decent amount. Those types of back pass mistakes are going to get punished.
As almost another punishment there, barely off the post on that long clear, as Orange is continuing to keep up pressure. Rieg tries to juke out Wilo with a settle instead of jumping for it, but Wilo is wise to it. 2% Mike now, awkward ball off the corner. Rieg settles it, gets it past all the defense, and it's a foot race. If 2% Mike can put that one on target, he cannot, but Doodle ends up missing it off the bounce in the top corner. 2% Mike is having a field day.
Yeah, 3 goals in just over 3 minutes here in game number 1, and Rieg fam with the... You know what? I'll give him benefit of the doubt. He was faking. He was faking right there.
Faking quit chats abound.
Absolutely. And, get rewarded for putting on net. Speaking of, Rieg gets his goal.
All right. please, Ty, help me understand, where is that anime goal explosion from?
I don't know, but it needs to go back where it came from. We don't need that here.
I saw it in the screenshot of the most recent update, and then there was one guy in my ranked games today who had it, and I kind of want to know how to get it, honestly.
No.
I would rock it for the memes. I'm not too much of a weeb, but
Yeah, you say that, and then you play a couple games with that goal explosion. Become one.
oh man. Doodle now, trying to do it all himself, double taps off the back wall, not able to put it on target. Weep now racing to it, subpar touch, right to 2%. Mike will go at it again. Great center ball for Noobs. Can't get it past Wilo. Reeg fam now showing what he's got, but Weep is there for the save. It's now a 3-on-0 as the orange net is wide open. Can they get it to Wilo to score? He cannot.
No.
That was just barely too hard of a touch.
No, little miscommunication, and Weep wasn't able to commit fully to put that one away. But you know what? They're getting some chances, and the Queens are showing some life here at the end of this game one.
Yeah, it was by no means a game winner, as neither is that one, but Doodle's going to put one in the back of the net, and, you know, you need that for confidence. You don't want to get shut out in the first game on stream where you've got hundreds of 35 people watching.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you know what? That is huge. Getting that first goal in your match, you know, feels good. Makes it feel like, you know, goal's no longer the size of a shoebox. You got a chance, and you know, we'll close this one out and see what the Queens can do in game two.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if we're going to be critical, I think that was really only the second actual offensive chance that the blue team had, and they scored it, so that's technically 50%, right?
Hey, you know what? That's a pretty good percentage.
I'm sorry, I almost cut you off because Reeg almost made the nastiest pre-flip read on that one, but
Almost.
Unfortunately, with time running out, the ball touches the floor. Knights will take game number one in this series. A wonderful performance from that 2% Mike. Not using the Merc tonight. He's shouting out Pele and his 80th birthday.
Yeah, I mean, he was there to clean up those mistakes. The Queens, couple unfortunate touches. I doubt they continue to do that. I'm sure they will clean it up a little, just like we saw at the end of that game number one. I mean, the Queens have won a lot of games this season. I would expect them to come back much stronger in game two.
Yes. And now I don't, you know, comparing the matchups tonight, our elite versus our challenger matchup later, this one seems to have a lot, you know, not as much playoff ramifications as our next series, because these teams aren't necessarily fighting for spots between the two of them. By no means do they have the close to the best records in elite, but they are contenders for sure, and I expect to see both of these teams in the playoffs when the time comes. But for now, we're going to watch game number two here as we kick it off. Reeg fam and Wilo going right at it, and blue will win this one first into the orange half.
Yeah, quick possession here for the Queens, looking to capitalize early.
Wilo, unfortunately, that ball does not bounce off of the wall to his teammate. It falls right in Reeg fam's lap as they're able to alleviate pressure. And now out of the corner, 2% Mike helping his fam out. Off the side wall, going for a cute little solo play past one defender. But that's all it's going to draw out to is Doodle now making a back pass to Weep, who can't read it in time, so this is going to be an awkward one stuck in the blue corner. Can Orange turn this into a goal? Reeg puts it over that defender, and speak of the devil.
Yeah, you know what? Nice play. Weep hits that one just a little too high if he's going for that slow it down in the corner play. Two Queens get caught in the corner, and again, see the Knights just taking advantage. They don't even have to come up with anything super complicated right now. They're just applying some pressure, and Queens are giving them some chances.
Capitalizing on mistakes, no doubt. As once again, the kickoff, one into the orange half, but Orange is immediately relieving that pressure. Reeg now does not make contact with the ball, leaves Doodle in a 1v1 versus 2% Mike, but I take that any day as Mike is playing excellent tonight. Noobs now with an easy save into his corner. Wilo with a surprising shot on target. Reeg was not expecting that one, but 2% Mike is behind him to help him out.
I
Doodle
like the
now.
idea. I really like the idea there.
A
Try
good
something
idea, but that's a better idea, honestly.
It is.
You're going to tip that one midfield all the way to the net, catch that third man jumping.
Hey, that's a nice touch. Full credit to Reek fam. Despite the terrible goal explosion, he makes the nice play, doubles his team's lead.
Oh man, I see. The problem is it's not anime enough that I need to hate it. You know, it's kind of funny, and what matters to me a lot in my goal explosions is the sound design. I use Party Time for my goal explosion exclusively because I just think that little yay when you score is just, it puts a smile on my face every time.
I will admit that is a good one. I like that one a lot.
So that one, I mean, the little synth wave at the end, I kind of dig it. Weep now, trying to get through two orange players. It will not happen. Wilo immediately chucks it away, but it's right to Mike on the wall, who knew it was coming. This one's going to fall awkwardly, but Weep with a back wall save. Noobs now can't make contact. A pass upfield to Weep. He needs to score this one. Chooses to pass it back to Wilo, but it means the defenders had enough time to get back to that one. And once again, we're not resulting in a goal here for the blue team.
No, I mean, Weep had a good chance. I think he got caught under the ball just a little bit, popped it too far up and not enough out. But you know what? Again, it is promising, but at some point the Queens are going to have to cash in.
Promising just like that one. That was a good pass to Doodle. Unfortunately, the defender was wise to it. And once again, we're beating the third man at the midfield for an empty net. And, you know, the Queens can't catch a break.
No, you know, tough 50, but you know what? Full credit to Reek fam. He's just winning those 50s in the midfield, catching the Queens out of position. He's got his third goal. It was 2% Mike in the first game. It's Reek fam in this one. I guess that means that in game 3, Noobs is going to get his hat trick.
I would hope so for that, man. You don't want to leave anybody hanging as Noobs is trying to score right now, but this is not your game, sir, as we just analyzed.
Yeah, come on. Game 3 is when you're allowed.
Absolutely. So now Doodle in the Esper. He made a card change there. Am I correct in saying that the Esper is an Octane hitbox?
I actually don't know. I think it is, but I don't know for sure. Maybe the chat can help us out with that one.
A deceptive car, no doubt, because the corner of the hitbox is directly on the wheel. So it makes for some visually appealing shots sometimes, as it might look as though you're not actually hitting it with the car. Now Wilo bumping 2% Mike at the midfield. Weep sets up Doodle. Can't win the race to the ball. Noobs is there for the save. Reed now trying to play it slowly out of his corner. Gets an excellent air dribble, but unable to get past the defender who pre-jumped him. Now 2% Mike at the midfield. Grabs mid-boost, tries to settle, but Doodle is wise to it. Off the corner, off the ceiling, setting up Noobs. Noobs can't make contact. Once again, not your game, bud, as now Reeg is trying to make sure that they don't get scored on the counterattack. Doodle with the dangerous ball in the corner. Weep puts it under 2% Mike, but Noobs is their back post for the save. Wilo putting it back in dangerous. Reek fam can't make contact, but 2% Mike. Once again, and with 1 minute left, 3-0, it's almost time to call this one as well.
Yeah, it's you got to kind of think that was their chance to come back into the game, cut the deficit a little bit. Like I said, they have some good passing plays, but at the end of it, it's just a little too slow developing to actually get past the Knights, who are really, I mean, they're able to put 3 people behind the ball on defense, and for the most part, they're making really good touches. Good rotations as well. I mean, they're not getting caught out, you know. We're not seeing too many times where we have 3 people in the corner, you know, right there, Noobs, ready to clear it, strong clear, just killing more time off the clock.
Yeah, I cannot point to any tragic mistakes that the Orange team has made, you know, that should have been capitalized on. They're playing a relatively clean game, especially versus the blue side, who is unfortunately passing to the Orange team at this point with 15 seconds left. So, you know, 2% Mike maybe trying to put his name on the board once again, but with our final 10-second countdown and 2% Mike's clear, unless this one is going in the net, which I think it is. Top shelf, 1 second left.
And that's just the way it's going, right? You know, Knights just hitting everything, even getting this long, lofty goal. Little chef's kiss off that near post.
Mwah.
2% Mike not missing out on the goal scoring fun here in game number 2.
Yeah, you know, to a degree with all sports, as we end game number 2, there's an element of luck involved. And so it just seems as though, you know, those long balls especially, you know, very skillful coming out of the Knights, but it seems like 50-50s and other things of that nature are also on their side tonight. So seems like a difficult team to stop at this point.
For sure. I mean, the Queens are going to have to force the issue a little bit. They're going to have to maybe commit some more people to the offense because, like you said, the Knights are playing a clean. They're playing a clean game. They don't have to do anything other than just play a clean, basic game with simple rotations. I mean, they don't have to come up with crazy passing plays or crazy demo plays. As long as they keep their rotations clean, the Queens have been more than willing to give them opportunities.
What probably needs to happen is that Queens will need to force the Knights to make mistakes.
Absolutely.
Knights are capitalizing on mistakes that the Queens are just making, without any warning, as almost a kickoff goal, but unfortunately, Doodle's slow ball will not make it past the post there. Count your lucky stars on that one if you're the Knights, as now they start the counterattack with Noobs' ball into the deep corner. Wilo going for a pinch of some sorts, but it's not going to set up for anything good, as Reegfam is just going to put that one in the net, and I called that luck. Perfect roll off the top corner into the net.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? We caught up a little bit too far without enough boost to do it. Doodle off to the corner. But hey, you know what? Until they can prove they can stop it, I don't know why you would ever stop just throwing it at the net. If you're the Knights.
I mean, it was, I forget who it was. Oh, they're going to shoot me if they're watching live right now. That it was a meme that he can't miss one of the amateur matchups that I casted, and everybody was putting he can't miss as his middle name. And so it seems like just all of the Knights at the moment cannot miss, as Reegfam is making an excellent save off his back while Doodle is trying to keep up the pressure.
Yeah, nice reaction save. The backflip with a little boost. That's a tough one to pull off sometimes.
Impressive. They are truly playing well. Mike now is going to take the mid boost on this one. He's got loads of space. I think he misflipped there as he was trying to set himself up for an air dribble. So unfortunately, will not score that one. That's that Chick-fil-A lemonade burp right there.
Ah, nice. Good product placement. They'll be happy we mentioned them.
Yes. RSC is free, by the way. We do not charge money for this league, as Noobs acting like it's his payday, earning that money, shooting from absolute midfield, catching the third man, misrotating, and once again, a long ball into the blue net.
Yeah, I mean, it's simple, but it's working. No reason to change it up. And I guess if there's someone new to RSC, you're thinking about the format of this. Should the Knights hold on? This is a 4-game series, but in RSC we play all 4 games because all 4 games count. So the Queens can come back in game 4, get themselves a nice consolation game, and keep themselves in the win column for the season. Keep them above 500. So they still have a lot to play for, a lot of reasons to continue to play hard here in the back half of this match.
And, it seems as though with this constant pressure, 2% Mike to Reeg, Wilo making a much-needed save. It's only 2-0, but the way these games have gone, as now it's 3-0. Caster Curse, I apologize. We're talking with 3 minutes left. In any other game, this seems, still completely doable, but there's no end in sight for this Orange team offense.
You're absolutely right, and it's just constant pressure from the Knights. The Queens are always playing out of their back half with low boost, and they're a solid team. I mean, we can see their record. They came into here leading their division, 22 wins, coming into match day 11, and they just haven't been able to click. They still have plenty of time in this game if they can turn it around, but something's got to change.
Well, Weep is going to try and do it with that long ball. Noobs comes in with an easy save, and once again, they're going to try and keep it in this orange half, but it takes 2 touches, and magically the ball is now off your backboard. We need to find a way to keep this ball in the zone, make them burn the boost, steal their corners, something like that. But once again, 1-2 touches, and they're back again on offense for the Knights. So, something needs to drastically change here with these 2 minutes and 11 seconds left to play, as Noobs is going to put a dangerous one off the back wall that nobody's quite ready for. Wilo making a great backflip play. Weep now getting demoed by 2% Mike, but Doodle's going to keep it into the zone. Wilo going to let Doodle try and play it, support his teammate back in the zone. But there's no boost on that man, so he's going to try and take a 50. And it doesn't look like anything is coming to this unless Weep can pass to Wilo, but it's just too far forward. Up to Reekfam, who's going to try and sell this one, put it back mid for his team. And once again, Orange team back on offense.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have to do too much to break this pressure. The Queens, I would love to see them be a little more deliberate on offense. Wait a little bit, look for the teammate. You know, not worry about booming it down the field so much, because I think the Knights have shown they can handle the booming clears. They wait patiently, hold on to it, and then they begin their attack. I'd like to see the Queens do something like that next time they get the ball.
I believe it is a fighting game term that you are conditioning your opponent into something. And so last game, with the amount of times that they got scored on from long balls, you know, they have conditioned themselves now to maybe, you know, putting a third man a little too far out of the play. As we see, you know, a couple of times here, they're going for their back corner boost when maybe they could be picking up pads and keeping up pressure. So, you know, they've been conditioned now to be worried about that long ball, you know, because you can't win games if you're getting scored on like that.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. Well, you know, they're just going to have to, as obvious as it might sound, they're just going to have to figure out a way to control the long ball and keep up some type of pressure, because, I mean, the Queens have had the ball for about 30 seconds or so, but hasn't really felt like they're threatening the net.
absolutely not, as that one might be the most dangerous touch. Weep is going to come down with it, but he had to go so straight up for that ball, he wasn't able to generate power. Wilo going to hit that one wide, easy save for Noobs, as Doodle cannot read that one that comes off the ceiling. 10-second countdown coming through now. Reekfam off the corner. Can Noobs get to this one? You were supposed to score a hat trick this game, sir.
That's
I see
disappointing from
2
him.
in the column. He needs his third. And it's not going to come there for the blue team either. Game number 3 in favor of the Knights. And they're looking for the sweep now. Remember, as Ty stated, we play all 4 games here tonight, as this is a 4-game series, not a best of. Every game counts here in the regular season of RSC. So we'll see if the Queens can notch that last one and prevent the sweep.
Yeah, they certainly have the talent to do so. Not quite clicking, as we've mentioned, but don't want to be too down on the Queens. I think we ought to give the Knights a whole bunch of credit as well. They are playing really solidly, nice rotations. They're putting away their chances. And we're seeing it from all 3 of them. You know, each one of them showing up at different times. Mike dominating game 1, taking a little bit more of a third man approach to game 3. And we see Noobs getting on the board. He didn't get his hat trick like we hoped he would, but he still got his 2 goals. And Reekfam, solid all around.
And I think, you know, that's the most, you know, effective point you could make. It was the 2% Mike show in game number 1 when they came out the gate. And here, you know, he doesn't even have 100 points, but it's not like he was useless. You know, he was enabling his team to shine, and it seems like anybody can pick up the slack here on this Knights team. So I'd be worried if you're the Queens, but they're not out of it. You know, they've proven that they can hang. You know, it's making sure that, you know, that momentum shifting goal does not come through. They almost scored off kickoff off the first ball of game number 3. Let's see if they can do it here in game number 4. The last chance for the Queens to get one on the board as they're taking on the Knights here from the Sovereign. 2% Mike. Arrowing through the air. Doodle taking it off the corner. This is great pressure. Unfortunately, that one goes so far out that Wilo couldn't keep it in the zone.
Yeah,
Noobs now with a great aerial recovery that bounces perfectly off the top corner to fall right back midfield for him. That was a great beat.
Good mechanical skill and the read from Noobs, getting all 4 wheels down towards the net. Gets a fortunate bounce, but hey, you know, skilled enough to take advantage of it, and Knights just unrelenting in their pressure.
I'm going to make a tinfoil hat prediction, and that his teammates absolutely bullied him for not getting his hat trick last game, and now he is angry, and he wants more.
Very, very reasonable. I mean, at that pace, you know, he'll score like 10 goals this game.
One could hope, as Noobs wins a great ball off the corner, setting up Reekfam. Wilo wasn't prepared for it, and it seems like this Knight squad is just on another level at this point.
Yeah, it looked like Weep may have been the victim of some tough ping right there. It looked like he rubber banded right through it on the wall. But again, I mean, Knights are capitalizing. You got to give them some credit for that.
They are most certainly, I mean, it's not like they're scoring garbage goals, stuff that's just rolling into the net. They are showing their mechanical prowess and their ability to read the ball with speed, as Noobs is going to grab this 100 boost and try and make a solo play of his own. Off the corner, that's past Weep, setting up 2% Mike in the midfield, puts it under the defender as to not get it blocked since he pre-jumped. That's just, beautiful, methodical play.
Yeah, nice fast play from Noobs to get it up off that high corner, bouncing down dangerously, trusting that 2% Mike will be there to read it. And man, this is a lot. 3 goals in the first 65 seconds.
They are playing absolutely professionally here. Once again, this is a free-to-play league. RSC, you can use !Discord if you care to join us, as we are mid-season, just over halfway done. So if you would like to catch us next season, starting off the new year, absolutely hit that link.
And now's a good time to join. Get used to it. Talk to everybody and get yourself on a team. It's fun. I've been playing.
Absolutely, a great competitive outlet. There's no money in this league, as 2% Mike is getting a little bit of help there from the blue team on that one. And you can see their cars stopping after that. They are kind of upset about this one, I'm sure.
When it's not going your way, it's not going your way. They close down. They're able to put solid contact on the shot, but just kind of redirect it into your own net. That's tough.
So the reason I dropped the Discord link, by the way, is because even though this is absolutely free to play, the Orange team is playing like they need to get paid tonight. They are just putting on a show for us, and I'm glad to be here for it. I know everybody in the chat is. It seems like, some sort of NRG versus some other team that nobody knows about, and everybody in the chat is hyping up Reeg and 2% Mike. They've got some huge fans out there, so we want to thank you all in chat for being here with us tonight.
Of course, yeah. And it's hard not to be a fan of this offense. I mean, all of it really. Offense, defense, possession, individual mechanical plays. They are just doing it all. And I really think it's more of a testament of how good they are playing rather than anything negative about the Queens. Absolutely.
Because this is, an upper half team of elite. You said it yourself, they're leading their division at the moment. So It seems as though the Knights are simply a cut above the rest. And, they've also had that one game on stream already this season. So you can imagine that their nerves definitely not a factor here, as they're used to playing for what looks to be a home crowd.
Sure does not seem to be any nerves at all. I mean, just every aspect of the game. But hey, right here, chance for the Queens.
Unfortunately, Doodle couldn't capitalize on the empty net nor read his high touch, as a great pass from Wilo. See, these guys are no slouches. Doodle with an absolute nutter butter shot.
My gosh, what an angle. Driving up the wall, flipping backwards, rotating and spinning his car. That's probably the best goal of the whole series. It's just kind of a shame it came all the way down to this part of Game 4.
Absolutely. Ty, if I tried to do that, I'm flipping into that ball just like Doodle, and it's headed towards the opponent half. It is going nowhere near on target. I don't know how the man does it.
The ball when you're on defense.
Absolutely mental, and yeah, I would call that the goal of the series, because that was completely unexpected from all angles. I don't think the Orange team could have hypothesized he'd hit it either, because sometimes you're playing defense and you're just assuming, I don't care, this guy is missing this, there's no shot, and he showed us. Wilo now hits the ball the first time, able to follow it to the second touch, but unfortunately doesn't have enough boost to push it on target, as Reegfam now saving his flip, getting it over the defense, but Wilo is able to shut it down before somebody from Orange can take a shot on it. Back into the corner now with a minute left. Doodle with great play off the wall. 2% Mike, though, is there to stuff him as Weep makes a hero play after his teammate was demoed. Reegfam, that's not an excellent touch, as it could have set up an offensive player at midfield, gets the flip reset to stall for his team. But Wilo once again making a good play. Doodle once again slightly wide, and Weep slams it home, boys. That's what we wanted to see all series long.
Yeah, and hey, you know what? 40 seconds, 2 goals can easily be scored in that amount of time. You love the play from Doodle, the pressure on the defender. He sees that the goalie is up high on the wall, so he passes it low, able to get it to his teammate. Nice play.
And if you're those guys, Doodle? 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 Hello? Hello?
The
This
Queens
man wants
are
this last
awake.
game.
He wants it, man. The Queens have woken up in the past minute out of nowhere. 38 seconds. Let's see what happens.
Shame on you in chat for spamming Brazil, boys. This is now a 4-3 ball game with 38 seconds left. All the momentum in Blue's favor, and you can't help that they're not going to slow down here as Weep close to getting that dunk on 2% Mike. We got to hype this game up. They've got to take this home as Doodle. That's an empty field. Noobs is going to stretch for this one. He makes contact, but it's off the corner. Wilo can maybe beat 2% Mike. He cannot. Weep now as the third man unfortunately gets beat. We need 2% Mike to miss. And he does rarely. Doodle now making the save. Weep. You got to put this one over the defense. Noobs gets stuffed. 2% Mike stuffs it off low, and Reeg is there to put it home. And that ends the dream. I am so upset. I cannot contain my disappointment.
You sound devastated. But you know what? The Knights were able to lock it down, win about 3 or 4 really key 50s to get the ball out of their half. And Queens had to commit everybody up, so no shame in letting that 5th goal in right there.
The last time I got swept in a series, my mom didn't want to talk to me for 3 days. I know how these boys must feel.
Jeez.